For Ike Engelbaum, have a wonderful day. Thank you for sharing the morning. I'm Bob Allison. Rob and I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
We are WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit, your ethnic superstation at 690 days, 680 nights. WNZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500.
Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold.
If your question is, who am I going to call to bring the kind of services into my home that I need because I can't get out? House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. They can bring in doctors, dentists, nurses, therapists, and more. And those medical services are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. And they have all sorts of non-medical services, whatever you need. Now, if you use 4 hours or more of non-medical services per month, you're going to get a free personal emergency button telephone that you can use for both emergencies or daily use. Call House Calls on Wheels toll-free for further information. 1-888-489-8980. That's 1-888-489-8980.
Do you know someone who needs to see a dentist but is homebound? Dr. Mansour's Portable Dental Services provides dental treatment in the comfort of a person's home. Portable Dental Services administers all aspects of dental care. To make an appointment, call 586-873-5567. That's Portable Dental Services, 586-873-5567. Portable Dental Services, making smiles at home.
And welcome, and hopefully the fog has subsided. I learned that word yesterday, thought I'd share that with you. It's beautiful and sunny in Southfield. How about that? 3 S's. Beautiful, sunny, and sunny. Anyway, the show is titled Bright Side of Aging, and I know that if you're like me, if we're talking S's, snow comes into the picture as well, and we're hopefully many months away, or at least a good number of months. But Michigan can be really, Michiganians, I should say, should be very grateful that all we're dealing with is some fog and possibly some more than comfortable hot days versus what is going on in the rest of the, or at least unfortunately, big part of the southern areas. So I always remember Glenn Campbell and all the other singers that would somehow romanticize how wonderful it was down there. Well, like a lot of things in life, it's not always peaches and cream. But the theme of the show is Bright Side of Aging. We want to look at things in a bright way. on October the 19th. I'm really excited about launching what I like to term as a Project Kosher Ham, HAMMM, in partnership with Dr. Andre Lee and the Leeway Foundation. As you know, Leeway Foundation was founded with the intent to educate as well as have entertainment. And Dr. Andre Lee, because of his credentials, he was the administrator of Highland Park General Hospital. And when they closed up, he decided that he was going to use his talents and promote health education and helping the black community and motivating young black people to get into the healthcare field. That is one area that no matter all the fancy-dancy technology and what have you, health is right on the top of the list of what is a phenomenal opportunity as far as a career. And, you know, although there are so many things that can be corrected in our healthcare system, the truth is we still have a pretty good system. In fact, unfortunately, it just costs so much more, and there are ways that hopefully our politicians will stop squabbling with one another and actually produce something that is beneficial to all of us. And Dr. Andre Lee is working with black churches as well as other institutions that are interested in actually getting health education out and also identifying famous black leaders both in the medical field and in the educational field. Why would he do that? Why would Dr. Andre do that? Because he knows a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm very and I'm lucky that he calls in every once in a while to share that stuff. Is that right, Dr. Andre Lee?
Yeah, you know what? Let me also say that I just lost a close friend, and I got to mention him, Dick Gregory, the iconic civil rights leader. He and I were very close friends, and he was in Nashville about 2 months ago, and I spent the day with him, just he and I.
Wow.
And we went to a funeral together, but we had breakfast, we went to the funeral, then we came back, we had dinner, and he paid for dinner.
Wow.
That was, that's something. And he was an iconic figure, and you know, the time I spent was just such wonderful because he's just so full of information and of course, opinionated about everything. And so it was really a true joy for me to spend that time. And we were going to be business partners in Detroit.
Wow.
We were looking to set up a weight loss thing for people, you know, because he was heavy into healthcare. And we were going to set up in the old Redford Hospital. We looked at doing a big weight loss for really heavy people who struggle to lose weight. We didn't quite pull off. We spent a week riding around Detroit looking at different locations. And I'm sorry he's gone now.
We all are. He certainly had a gift to communicate, and also did it there's a perfect example of doing it in an entertaining way, and he got his point across. That's the power of humor as far as the healthcare is concerned. In fact, one of the things that I always admire are people, despite every obstacle that they encounter, still find humor in it. I hate to make light of all of the terrible things that the people in Texas are going through in terms of the floods and all, but I heard one guy who actually made a sort of a sarcastic type joke about the situation. He said that he was going to run an ad that if you're looking for a house very reasonably priced with a big pool, he had a deal. So, and likewise, just as recently as this morning, these reporters are out there, and I got to give them credit. And my wife and I were sharing that they have these reporters standing there in the rain in these huge puddles of water, giving their report. Now, I appreciate you're being a reporter and you want to make it as dramatic as possible. But why do you, as a reporter, have to go into the water? I mean,
Yeah.
The thing is that he actually on the air. I just got a glimpse of it. Saved this truck driver. The truck actually was overwhelmed with water, and he had to get out of the truck, and the truck starts floating away from him, and he almost drowned, and the reporter actually helped pull him out. So, it's an inspiration when you see how we can help each other. And the thing is that when you're involved in disasters like that, it's rather a tough way to do it, but it brings out the best in so many people. And if we're fortunate enough not to have to deal with disasters like that, like you brought out, you and Dick Carnegie were thinking of having a weight loss clinic, which really is something that a lot of people, unfortunately, have to deal with, that can really turn their lives upside down. I mean, it's one thing to enjoy the great fruits of this country, but it's ironic. There are parts of the world that, are starving. The human beings are starving. And here, a big issue is that we have people overeating, and their problem is they're too heavy. And it's very important to have some control of what you do. And I realize there are a lot of people, unfortunately, that have metabolic reasons for it. But at least it's worthwhile finding out ways of maintaining good health. And that's what you bring out in a lot of your programs. You not only provide health information, but you also are involved in honoring a lot of famous leaders, and you have a portrait program that you might remind people about. I remember from our last conversation that you're shipping these portraits still around the country. Is that correct?
Absolutely. In fact, the panels, there are 4 exhibits I have that travel to different locations. In fact, I was on the phone this morning with a guy in Dallas. He wants it to come, when you called me earlier, and he wanted to bring one of the exhibits down to the Dallas area. And the thing about the exhibit is they're easy to put up, and you can, if you're a church or whatever, you can bring it there and use it as a fundraiser. And it's because we have books, the children's books that come with it, and I have posters that can be brought in to sell, that you can mark up and sell as well. In fact, I had an order for 7 posters last week. And I'm assuming the lady got it and she's happy with it. I haven't heard back from her. But these are things that can be done for anybody looking for new ways to raise money.
Right.
Okay. Well, and not to mention our digital virtual newsletter that's getting ready to launch here very shortly. It's going to be chock full of information on how to save money in healthcare. It's going to have all kinds of subjects that will be beneficial to churches that want to get it to their congregation. And all they have to do is give me the church email, and we'll get it to them, and they can forward it on to their members. So, and there will be some opportunity there for some revenue producing as well.
Right.
And I know churches need money as much as anybody else does.
Right. Well, I'm really excited about being involved with it because I always try to get out to as many venues as possible. In fact, I'm working with a project of Unify Detroit. We have about 20 churches that we do health fairs that are free to the public to do the health screenings, and they church benefits in reaching out to their congregation, because one of the key things that people are always afraid of is possibly being given some bad news about their health condition, and so they avoid going to the doctor or having any screenings done. But the good news is, because of the technology and the knowledge that we have today, if even if you feel well, you should check yourself out. And if you do have some sort of a devastating condition, if it's caught early enough, it can make all the difference in the world as to whether you really have to go through a terrible ordeal, or at least dealing with it in a way that it can get you back on your feet, literally, and sometimes you end up even better. Some patients that have diabetes and follow the directions end up living a happier and healthier life because they suddenly realize that they should take more care of themselves. And that's what you bring out. And anyone that's interested, like in this newsletter, our game plan, so to speak, is that the church can call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. That's 888-489-8980, and I can pick it up from there. All of the information about who their members are is strictly confidential to them. We produce the email newsletter and help get them sponsors for the newsletter, and the excess of the cost would be a profit to the church, and the members would benefit from it. And a lot of the churches have healthcare professionals that would welcome the opportunity to reach out to their fellow members. So I think you're literally doing God's work.
Yeah, well, I kind of like to think that's what we're doing.
Yeah, right.
Some of the topics we're going to be talking about is drugs. How to save money on acquiring drugs. People in Detroit and Michigan don't realize how lucky they are, because they're right. Well, there I said you're right across the border from Canada.
Right.
Of course, drugs are cheaper there.
Right.
And so anybody looking to save drugs, there are ways to do that. Now, I don't know if it's legal or illegal to go over there and do that, but
well,
I know people that are doing it.
Yeah. Well, Windsor is right across the border, and there are pharmacies there that if the doctor prescribes it, as long as it's for themselves,
for themselves,
right? There is no restriction from that part, and because the Canadian government has negotiated with the pharmaceutical companies that they insist on a certain price, rather than the company going all over the map as to what they are going to charge, which unfortunately some pharmaceutical companies in this country are not ethical enough to realize that, if you're dealing with life and death, that's the last place that you want to force people to have to spend more money than is really appropriate. But again, this is information that you can use and activate. And there are some sponsors that I work with. One is Ameriplan, which is not insurance. It's like a membership fee for just $24.95 a month, and they can save up to 50% on their prescription costs, 30 to 50% on vision, chiropractic. So, they say knowledge is power, but knowledge can also mean the difference between you're living a healthy lifestyle and also with less stress, which is probably one of the biggest issues that face people. Stress can be devastating, and the sad part is when you are not in good health, stress becomes almost overwhelming. But thanks to you, Dr. Lee, and your information, we're going to make a difference both health-wise and wealth-wise. So let's stay wise, and we'll talk again hopefully next week, if not sooner. Have a good one, and right now we'll take a brief break, and we're going to be back with some unconventional ways to have a happier day. All right, don't go away. We'll be right back. If you are diabetic, I am sure you have been warned by your doctor about the circulation problems that may occur, especially in your legs and your feet. That is why Medicare still pays for a free new pair of shoes if you're diabetic. And also, there's a system called neuropathy that may settle in that can be treated by a non-invasive system best described as the anodyne therapy. Call 1-888-489-8980 and find out how your leg circulation could be possibly improved by the anodyne therapy. Anodyne therapy is a non-invasive way of producing warmth in your legs and is applied by a professional in the convenience of your home or a nearby office. That's 1-888-489-8980. And if you'd like a free brochure on how Medicare can help you as a diabetic patient, many services are available for free. Call 1-888-489-8980.
Do you know someone who needs to see a dentist but is homebound? Dr. Mansour's Portable Dental Services provides dental treatment in the comfort of a person's home. Portable Dental Services administers all aspects of dental care. To make an appointment, call 586-873-5567. That's Portable Dental Services, 586-873-5567. Portable Dental Services, making smiles at home.
And welcome back. And for those of you who missed the first segment, I want to have you write down on your calendar the first attempt at reaching out with something I have been kicking around for several years. I call it Project Kosher Ham. And I took poetic license. We're planning on October the 19th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Steinway Gallery, which is located at M5 North and Maple Road in Commerce Township. There's a big Lowe's hardware store right across the street, and Steinway Piano Gallery is just a magnificent facility. It has a stage and theater-type seating, as well as an area where we're planning on having a strolling dinner, as well as exhibits to promote the whole aspect of giving back to the community. The acronym HAMM stands for Health, Information, and Tips, Humor, since we broadcast Bright Side of Aging, tips about enjoying life in the bright side of aging. Then the first M stands for Music Therapy. We're so fortunate to have so many talented musicians in our community, one of them being Cliff Monier, who is a world-renowned pianist, and he does actually not only seminars, but he does events all over the world, and he's going to be actually doing some patriotic type of music since we're honoring our veterans. The intent of the whole program is to help not only veterans but seniors to enjoy life in as healthy a way as is possible. So the A stands for Art Therapy. We're planning on having art therapists share with the attendees how art can many times bring out inner anxieties and also at the same time express your talent. The 1M, as mentioned, music would be music therapy. They have actually now found that even in serious situations like Alzheimer's, music can do some spectacular type things. In fact, I have been personally touched by it because I've had an uncle and a cousin, a couple of cousins who had to deal with Alzheimer's, and I'll never forget one cousin that I would visit with frequently whenever I had a chance we would walk down the aisle, so to speak, and we shared some songs like "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and he would respond by a smile, and his eyes would glitter up, and then he'd say a few words from the song. So if you have someone in your life that's dealing with serious conditions, music can make a big difference in your visits and also your connection with them. And the other one, of course, is movement. Yoga, Tai Chi, stretching is vital because we were not made to sit. Although it seems very comfortable, sad part is they're finding out now that prolonged sitting without getting up and moving around can be as devastating to someone as smoking. It is unbelievable. We were creatures of movement. So, and there are fun ways of doing it. You can just team up with someone and walk whatever length that you can. And, of course, I am a strong proponent of humor, and I can't help but be reminded, I think, the comedian that was noted for one-liners once made the comment. He says, the trouble with jogging is that if you are not in shape, by the time you find out, it's too far to walk back home. And it's amazing what humor can do in terms of releasing the endorphins, which is basically a derivative of morphine. The truth of it is that there are points in life that you must have some humor and entertainment. And that's why I encourage you, if you want to have some great ways of living a happier day and a happier life, by all means, you don't have to go to fancy-dancy type of events all the time, although now with the summer season, there are summer concerts. They're free in most cases. They're almost available every night. And in your terms of your everyday, focus, number one, focus on a little happy. Don't, expect to have some spectacular thing. Oh, if there's some special wedding that you're looking forward to, and that's all you're thinking about. Get up in the morning and you say, oh, another day. Don't say, oh, another day. Volunteer. Get involved with your neighborhood. If you don't have a neighborhood block club, why not start one? Chances are you'd be amazed how many neighborhoods that have people that live in that neighborhood for years and they really don't know each other. A good friend, medical doctor, Dr. Asha Gupta, who is a delightful individual. He's an internist and very well respected, and he calls himself the walking doctor. And what he does whenever he moves, because of his profession, he's moved a few times, after he unpacks, he goes next door to the neighbors and introduces himself. Hey, I just moved in and I like to walk. Would you like to meet tomorrow morning at 7? And if you're not a 7 a.m. person, well, you can canvass the area. Make it 7:30 in the morning. And there's no excuse, even with the bad weather that may prevail. You can go to different malls and form a mall club of your own. It doesn't take much, 2-3 people, and it's amazing. They, in turn, tell 2 other people, and before you know it, you got yourself a real organization. If you're interested in initiating something like that, I would be delighted to facilitate in the process, because that's why we call it the bright side of aging, is that we know that many more people the longer we live, and hopefully we'll be around together for a good long time. Unfortunately, for this segment, we got to wrap it up, And I don't like to leave this segment without my favorite parting thought, which is, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the right side of aging. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other in achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, entrepreneursnetworkofmichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. House Calls on Wheels has a great idea on how you can help your loved ones stay comfortable, independent, safe, and right at home by converting your attached garage or retrofitting your home to a customized home healthcare suite. Call 888-489-8980. The healthcare suite is a customized floor plan which quickly and easily converts your garage or modifies any room inside your home into a comfortable living area in less than 90 days. If you'd like, the unit has its own heating, air conditioning, and plumbing system, even a private bathroom, and all of this for less than a year's stay in a nursing home. And we have a budget plan so that we can work within your budget. Call 888-489-8980. We even have a free video that you can see. Call 888-489-8980 and find out about the healthcare suite now.
Do you know someone who needs to see a dentist but is homebound? Dr. Mansour's Portable Dental Services provides dental treatment in the comfort of a person's home. Portable Dental Services administers all aspects of dental care. To make an appointment, call 586-873-5567. That's Portable Dental Services, 586-873-5567. Portable Dental Services, making smiles at home.
And hopefully we can have you have smiles whenever we get together, besides at home. Come on out of the house. Why do you say that, Ike? Well, the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan that I'm proud to have started almost 42 years ago now, which means we must be doing something right. We always have had a lot of fun, and I've met probably now over 20,000 people, which when you're dealing with the internet and all may not sound like you're dealing with millions, because I haven't dealt with millions, which in the Entrepreneurs Network is something that I've not only promoted but also tried to add spice to. We meet Thursday mornings, and tomorrow morning from 9:15 to 10:30. If you want to join us for coffee and donuts, it's free to attend. We meet at Level 1 Bank, which is located at 27100 Woodward Avenue in Bloomfield Hills, southeast corner of Big Beaver and Woodward. Very well located and very accommodating. We have our own private room. We can only accommodate maybe about 20 to 25 people, and we purposely do that because we only have an hour and a quarter, and we do have networking afterward that you can stick around till 11:30. So in 1 hour, if you, let's say, walk into a room and you got 500 people, what type of conversations can you possibly have? I mean, you can say hello, and if they don't seem to be one of these standoffish type people, you have a chance to possibly find out their name and all. And we share ideas, what's made us effective. And if you come to our meeting at the Level 1 Bank at Big Beaver and Woodward and Bloomfield Hills, I guarantee you that you will walk out smarter than you walked in. So here's the only concern I have. If you want to come to our Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan meeting and you want to walk out dumber than you walked in, please don't show up, okay? And you can't beat the price, it's free. So the fact that we offer it for free doesn't mean that there's no value to it. In fact, I've been even criticized sometimes. Hey, Ike, you give it for free, people think it's not worth it. I cannot tell you the number of success stories we've had. And I pride myself on not only encouraging you how to present yourself in a interesting way, but how you can encourage people to contact you. And we give you tips of who you might want to approach depending on your idea. And there's definite steps that you have to learn. It's like an education. In fact, I've been toying with the idea to call it edutainment. We do it in an entertaining way. When you introduce yourself as an entrepreneur, there's what's referred to as the 60-second elevator pitch. The 60-second elevator pitch basically means you have 60 seconds, usually a minimum, when you're on an elevator and you're standing with a group of people that are complete strangers. And if you're creative, and I pride myself on being a people person, I'll make some sort of humorous comment when we're packed in like sardines. And I say, hey, I'm glad we have a good turnout for our meeting. And usually it evokes a smile or a light laugh. And then many times they have a badge on, and I say, oh, that's an interesting looking badge. What do you do? And before you know it, you've started a connection that can hopefully proceed into they're wanting to get more information from you. But in our setting, we ask you to identify, number one, obviously who you are. In shirt-sleeve English, describe what you do. Ideally, number three, you have something unique about your service that you do that your competitors don't. And what's vital is for them to know how they can be benefiting from you. There's the old acronym, they say, radio station of WII-FM, which stands, what's in it for me? Well, WII-FM is okay, but what's a better call station, so to speak, or acronym, is WIIFT. They must know what can you do for them. Because people, even if they're good people, are not that excited about what they can do necessarily for you. They want to know how are you going to benefit them. And in the process at our meetings, we not only have you introduce yourself, identify what you do, and if you're interesting enough, they'll contact you. But there's what's called an incentive, okay? You might want to copy from the big guys. You've got major companies like Art Van and the pizzerias and auto dealerships. What do? The mortgage companies. They say, well, this offer is good for such and such amount of time, and they have a deadline. Art Van is notorious for saying the sale ends Wednesday night. Fact that Thursday morning they have another one, that's beside the point. But it creates a sense of urgency. These are tips that can mean the difference between being successful in building or starting your own business or failure. And we try to make you a success. And if you're an inventor type, I'm really proud to be partnering with the law firm Hertz and Schramm. Ken Silver, who's an attorney, and he tags himself as a serial entrepreneur, offers generously their conference room, which is right on Telegraph Road, 1760 South Telegraph. That's Bloomfield Hills. And we meet on Tuesdays. Our next meeting is going to be the day after Labor Day, September the 5th, from 4 to 6 p.m. It's free. If you have got an invention or an idea for a business, or maybe you already brought it to market and it's not going exactly as well as you think it should, by all means, join us. It's free. I'll be there, and we have other like-minded entrepreneur inventor types. So we have Thursday morning meetings free for donuts and coffee. First Tuesday of each month, 4 to 6. And we have other stuff that you can join us with at different events in the community. The key in being successful in business is obviously vital that you get out there and let people know that you exist. In fact, because my first name is Ike, I coined the prescription for the success using the ITILT formula. And what is the ITILT formula? Number one, I stands for introduction. You have to introduce yourself in an interesting way. K stands for knowledge. You have to have an idea of who the person you're talking to, or if it's a product or service, you have to know the market. How big is it? Remember that song from Music Man? You got to know the territory. Well, the truth is that today the territory is the whole world. Never before did you, at least I never thought that you could be in your basement or garage and or your bedroom and have your pajamas on, or no one, they're not looking, you don't even have to have your pajamas on. You just need the connection to the internet and you can reach millions of people around the world. But the truth of it is, nothing beats human being to human being contact, which is something that I stress strongly. Technology is supposed to help you get your message out. It's not intended to replace that human being to human being contact. That's why it's very, very important that to get out there and mingle. As I mentioned, the ITILT prescription, the E is that you have to energize and also make sure that whatever is out there, you educate people as to what your formula is. And the L stands for like. People have to like you in order for you to do business with them. Unless you've got something that's a life and death product, people aren't going to be too excited about dealing with you if they don't particularly like you. And then, of course, T stands for trust. You have to be trusted, and the best way of doing that is via testimonials. In fact, the real sharp internet people will have an ongoing way of staying in touch and list various testimonials of satisfied people. So it's introduction, knowledge, educate, and like, and trust. And you've got yourself a pretty good prescription for success, both not only in your personal life, but also your professional life. When we get back from our break, I'd like to share with you a seminar I've done and continue doing, and I have it in a graphic way, which unfortunately on radio I can't show you, so I'll describe it to you, and if you feel you'd like to see it visually, we can make arrangements from our webpage, which is Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, and where it's titled Creating Market-Zing. That let's say you've got a product or a service that you want to make a business out of. We're going to give you a 12-step process, and hopefully we can get through all 12 of them in our visit. If you want to log on to ENOMichigan /meetup.com, we'll know that you're coming, and we have a 10-minute free radio interview because a door prize if we pull your card. So hopefully we'll see you on Thursday tomorrow from 9:15 to 10:30, and if not, we'll at least communicate on our next visit. Right now we'll take a brief break and we'll be right back. Don't you dare go away. When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
Do you know someone who needs to see a dentist but is homebound? Dr. Mansour's Portable Dental Services provides dental treatment in the comfort of a person's home. Portable Dental Services administers all aspects of dental care. To make an appointment, call 586-873-5567. That's Portable Dental Services, 586-873-5567. Portable Dental Services, making smiles at home.
And I am always concerned that we're talking about just smiles at home. Of course, the portable dental service that's available to you is intended for people who are homebound. And Dr. Mansour has a regular dental office that if you wanted to go outbound. But in terms of entrepreneurship, smiling is critical, so you should smile when you're out there. And hopefully you come out to join us tomorrow morning if you are an entrepreneur or looking for a second source of income. We have some very low-cost, home-based business opportunities that can start for under $100. And now, if you cannot afford $100 to get involved in business, then I suggest you do whatever you can so that you can save up enough money so that you can get started. And the beautiful part about what we do is we become like an extended family member, or as we like to call it, an affiliate. So if you are an inventor type or an entrepreneur that has a business that they're working at, they want to improve on, you want to have a secondary source of income, we have home-based business opportunities around health and also business-to-business type of entrepreneurship. And the people that show up are all business-orientated. That's why our Entrepreneurs Network has been around for over 40 years, because people that show up are the type of people that are looking to expand their connections, which is vital. So join us. Free breakfast. Well, it's not breakfast as such, but it's free donuts and coffee. And you'll have a chance to introduce yourself. Also, we have a door prize drawing that if you win, you get a 10-minute radio interview on the show. And we put this out on the internet now, so you will be heard all over the world. Wow. So, like all things, 90% of success is just showing up. And that's going to be at Big Beaver and Woodward in Bloomfield Hills at the Level 1 Bank. And as I mentioned before, if you're an inventor type and you want to get feedback at no charge, next Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. Again, that's free, free beverages, as well as an opportunity to meet and greet fellow entrepreneurs. We have attorneys in our group, and since we are meeting at the legal offices of Hertz and Schramm, and they're a multi-talented attorney group. In fact, they occupy space in the very building that the Oakland Law Department, all of Oakland County's law regulators are there. So, but we have a conference room that's really top-notch, and we try to get around 20 to 25 people again, so that you have a chance to express your ideas and thoughts. And I cannot stress the importance of building into whatever your idea is, how to create a logical marketing plan. I promise to share some of the highlights of a seminar that I do titled Creating Market-Zing. So the number one thing is, if you have an idea for a product or a service, the acronym that I like to refer to is WIIFT. What's in it for them? Why should anyone consider your idea? Number two, you want to create a vision of what you're hoping to achieve. Do you have a goal? You know, the great philosopher Yogi Berra once said, the trouble with not having a goal is you never know when you get there. All right? So once you've identified the market, how much of that market do you anticipate getting done? And right along with that, you have to relax your brain. You have to take care of yourself, exercise, get an opportunity to get out there in this wonderful weather that we're having, either walking or swimming or playing an active sport. I enjoy tennis because it not only activates the body but also the mind. And you know, one of my goals is to write a book on everything I wanted to know about our life. I learned on the tennis court, but you could almost relate it to any sport. But since I love tennis, one of the highlights is that the game is the fact that you not only practice your physical talent, but your mental talent. How is that? Well, I'm not a particularly strong hitter of the tennis balls, okay? I'm more what I like to call a strategic tennis player. I've taken on over the years, and we've had club tournaments, and without bragging, I've won some of them. And the reason being that I would evaluate what the strengths and weaknesses were of my opponent. And that's true in business. If you want to be successful and you want to come up with a product that's already out there, Well, by golly, that doesn't mean you can't bring up a better product. What is it they're not doing? Likewise, on a tennis court, if you see someone that has a poor backhand, well, guess what? You make darn sure that you, as many times as possible, hit the ball that forces him into the backhand position. Likewise, there are people, some of them are real macho, and they like to, just hit the ball, but they're not particularly fast runners. So use some drop shots. So that way, because they're depending strictly on strength, they're not depending on speed. I've been fortunate, although the speed has slowed down, you pick up a certain amount of talent in being able to place the ball better. So there are ways that as you age, not only on the tennis court, but also in life, that you can figure out how you can overcome your opposition. But as far as bringing a product to market, once you figure out what's in it for them, have a vision, identify what do you know as far as the market, and what do you know on who the prospect is. And also figure out, hey, I don't know this particular part of bringing it to market. So guess what? Surround yourself by people who are willing to share with you their talents that you don't have. Worst thing in business is assuming you can do everything. You cannot do everything. And in fact, the biggest problem a lot of entrepreneurs have is just because they're good at one thing, they assume they're good at everything. Nobody that I've ever read or met knows everything. And as soon as you get to that point, then you're in a lot of trouble. So get the big picture. Hey, I'm going to need some assistance there. And in the process of bringing a good idea to market, don't begrudge someone that you bring in to either bring them in a partnership relationship or as as someone that you contract with on a fee that makes sense. The other part is don't try to take on huge steps that can be destructive. The age-old line of how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, in business, you have to do one step at a time. Take small steps. Number 6, ask questions. You'd be amazed how many successful people that are already in the business that you're considering getting into. If they don't feel you're a threat to them, they don't mind sharing with you as to what's helped them be successful. Because good people, and I know a lot of them, and me, I'd like to include in that group. If you have any questions when we're off the air about how to bring your idea to market, best thing is, of course, is join us on our Thursday meetings. But if that's not doable for you, call us at any time. I'll be glad to do some initial free coaching. I'm connected with the Small Business Administration. I have a lot of resources that we've used because, let's face it, that's the wonderful thing about being involved in a particular venture, like with the Entrepreneurs Network. Without bragging, I almost have a professional in every arena. So our toll-free number is 888-489-8980. You're welcome to call us 24 hours a day. I don't answer the phone usually at 3 o'clock in the morning, but you can leave me a message just when I can call you back. And we're going to be back with more thoughts next week at this time. But before I part company for today, I'd like to share one of my favorite thoughts on entrepreneurship, which is if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.
WNZK has available a few good hours